come on, let's go. Gotta live in the moment and reach for the golden sun, 'cause life's what we make it. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
It's on, Andy! Andy, it's on! Come on, let's go! Come on, mate, it's on!
Week 4. So this week was the biggest week that I've done for some time, actually. So the target was 80 kilometers, and actually, I'll have to check this. I think I managed to do 78.3. So I didn't quite hit target. However, not a bad return really, considering I did nearly 50 miles of running and I haven't run that much without the ultras, because I did a couple of ultras over the summer which bump your numbers right up, but a week of, you know, little runs really. That's mostly what my runs were. Well, they weren't little because one of them was a Great North Run, for God's sake. But a week of training, I haven't run that much since Manchester, since the Manchester peak, which would have been March. Sorry, I didn't even do Manchester, since Newport, which would have been April. So early April, late March. So yeah, it was quite nice to get quite close to 80 kilometers, 50 miles. And this week was quite good because, like I said, I've got the Great North Run to look forward to at the end of the week. So that's always on my mind, and I wanted to make sure that I got there in one piece, as should be the golden rule for all races. Yes, you've got to prepare and make sure you can finish the race, but you've also got to manage to start the damn thing. You've got to make sure that you manage to just get to the start line. And the Great North Run was, yeah, well, we'll talk about that soon. So let's start at the start then. So the week beginning the 2nd of September, I went for a 12.4 kilometer run. Now this one, I'll just read my notes, because this one didn't really have a plan, and it ended up being a fartlek. Unplanned fartleks are one of my favourite ways to run. It all started because I wasn't looking at my data screen. I was following a map as it was a new route. I felt good considering last weekend's antics, so I hit the paces harder and pulled back when I'd had enough, and repeated until I got home. I'm looking forward to a blissful rest day tomorrow, and then back to double trouble on Wednesday. Now to rehydrate, as the humidity was ridiculous today. Yeah, this one was, again, just a bit of exploration really, because I'm still finding new paths and new places to run in my local area. And this one was a sort of collection of new roads and farmers' tracks and a bit of trail. No idea where I am. I'm at the mercy of the Garmin planned route. Exploring, I think that's what they call it, / getting lost. But yeah, this is what Monday looks like. This ended up being 133 meters of elevation, so over 300 foot, 350 foot. So yeah, quite a challenging run, and my splits were interesting to say the least. Anything from 6:05 per kilometre down to 4:39. So without remembering too much, what I was thinking of at the time, what I'm probably thinking of was, let's do a bit of half or a bit of marathon pace and a bit of easy pace and everything in between, and let's just see how we feel, play with a bit of pace. And that's very much the way I did it. So looking at my kilometres, I mean, I won't read out my splits, but like I said, they're all over the place. They're up and they're down, they're up and they're down. And sometimes those runs are just the best ones to do, because you've got no plan, and you can just run for fun. And that was a really nice way to start my Monday. Then I had Tuesday off, and like I said, Wednesday is double day. one was a really, really good run as well. Again, getting some elevation in my legs. I managed to do 6 kilometers, 184 meters of elevation. So as a rough estimate, times that by 3, that's, yeah, 550 foot of elevation there. So another lot of elevation in the bag. Moving pace wasn't too bad, but 6:21 a kilometre considering some of the hills, and it was just really good. And you know I love to run with Daisy, she basically pulls me around the hills, but that was, again, it was just really fun, and it was a beautiful morning up on the hills. There was sort of this low-lying fog around British Camp, and yeah, it was just a nice way to start a Wednesday. So Wednesday evening at track night was 3 by 600 meters zone 5 with 200 meter jog recoveries with 2 minutes walk recovery on the third one. So 600 meter reps are quite hard to do in zone 5. Zone 5, I understood that to be sub 5k pace, sub 25k pace. And the coach always says at the start of the session, aim between 2 and 4 sets, or 3 and 5, or 1 and 8, however many you fancy doing. You don't even have to do the prescribed session, it's just there as a guide. But this time in my notes I've said I only managed 3 sets tonight, as the fatigue of Saturday is still there and the Great North Run Sunday in it. I've got the Great North Run Sunday, so yeah, 3 quality sets is probably better than 3 quality sets and a 4th set that was a bit dodgy. A few recovery laps to finish, and then I can wrap this track session up. So that's yeah, that's very much why I didn't sort of hammer the splits, but my graph, quite pleased with the way that my graph looks. I ran, let's see, so my first 600 was a 4:04 pace, so trying to cling on to that 4 minute sub 20 pace. Second was a 2:30, second lap was a 2:27, and third lap was a 2:28. So yeah, round about that sub 4 minute. So, yeah, sub 4 minute, sub 25k pace. So my second set I did a 2:28, a 2:31, and a 2:29, so sticking around that 4 minute pace again. And then the third set was 2:26, 2:30, and a 2:28. So really pleased with that consistency. And yeah, the jogging recoveries were sort of at my easy pace. And then we get that 2 minutes break at the end. Now the coach at that session said, what I want to do is just pinch, just really, I want you to try and run more and really squeeze all the juice out of this session that you can. So we're minimizing the recoveries, but then at the end of the third set, at the end of the third rep, after the first set, second set, third set, you get a really nice chunky 2 minute static recovery, which was really, really, really nice. So really pleasant. It wasn't pleasant, actually, that's the wrong word. Really pleased with the way it went. Track is anything but pleasant. And yeah, so really pleased with that and the way it went. And then that moves us on to the next one, which was Friday, because I've been having Thursdays off. I've been doing that because Wednesday has been my big effort day. Either hills in the morning, or you know, some sort of run with Daisy in the morning, or a lot of the time I won't run with Daisy, but it's always a double day. And some days I'll squeeze in S&C on this day. Now, sorry, I didn't do S&C in week 4, I just didn't do it. So, my bad. I just skipped it. Same old me, just found reason not to do it. And then by the time I went to do it, I thought, no, you can't do it now, because you'll have really bad DOMs for the Great North Run. Completely overthunk it too much. Ended up not doing it at all. It's week 5 currently, and I have done it, so I'm back on the horse. But week 4, just didn't do it. Friday was a good run as well. Went out Friday morning with Daisy. We're at the end of a 15k run, and 20 quid says Daisy turns right to try and take me to this cafe, because every time we go into it they give her treats. Let's see. No, Daisy, no. Daisy, no. No, you cheeky monkey. She's so cheeky, man. We just had a relatively easy, chilled run around the lanes. My notes here for that session on Friday were chilled one ahead of the Great North Run, largely flat, so nice low effort ahead of a big weekend. Humid today, sweating buckets. Daisy got through nearly 500 ml of water, so it was a really quite a warm one Friday morning. But I managed a 5:56 average kilometre pace, which is around about that 30-minute 5k, so really nice and chilled for me. And excuse me, that ended up being 121 metres of elevation, so not as flat as I'd probably make out, but when you don't attack the hills and you take them nice and easily, they don't feel too bad. I ended up doing 15k on Friday, and then that took us to the weekend. Now I didn't do parkrun Saturday because we had a big travel day. We travelled up to the hotel pre-Great North Run, obviously, and I just thought if I do a parkrun, it's just a lot of faff. Or mucho fafo, as I say in Spain. And I just thought, no, let's just do a nice, easy run. So got up, got out, me and Daisy went out. There's a bit of a theme here of my runs, aren't there? A lot of my easy runs I take Daisy with me. Basically, because I'm getting lazy and it saves me having to take her for a walk as well as a run. So 2 birds, 1 stone, she comes on the runs with me. She's basically Valencia marathon fit. There can't be many more dogs fitter than Daisy. There can't be too many more. But anyway, Saturday morning, yeah, it was just a combination of country lanes and trail, which is again 5:50 a kilometre. We did 8.25k ahead of the travel day, and that was nearly 100 metres again. Now that brings us to Sunday. Now Sunday was pretty special. It was pretty big day. The Great North Run, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically the world's biggest half marathon. And pre-Great North Run on the day, myself, Freddie Runs, and those 2 runners, 2 other great YouTubers, and I'll list their channels below. Definitely go and check them out. Decided to just meet up early doors and say to everyone that we know, come and meet us in Wetherspoons, let's all have a chat and get chilled, and then we'll go and run the Great North Run. And it was really nice to meet loads of different people, and I actually ran the whole thing because I just assumed I would run it alone and everyone would go their separate ways. But I actually ran with company, which was really nice. So Dave Napier actually set out for a different time, but ended up sticking with me, and you'll see that on the video. I also ran with a crazy guy called Jordan. You know how normally a lot of people just go for a light shakeout the day before, like 5k.
Yeah.
What did you do yesterday, mate?
Yeah, an ultra marathon down to Brighton.
What a legend. Yeah. So this dude did a 60-kilometre ultra, finished in Brighton, then got the train up after the ultra, then ran the Great North Run. Absolute hero. I ended up finishing as well with the Northeastern legend that is Steve Cummins. Oh, hey mate. All right. Are you all good? Come on. One more mile. Met loads and loads of people, too numerous to mention, but massive thank you to all that came and said hello on the day. And I hope that you had a really good Great North Run. There's going to be a whole separate video on the GNR coming after this video, because it's obviously too big just to put into this video. But it went well. I wanted a 1:45. I originally wanted to do a marathon pace Great North Run, but that would mean running a 1:40. And because I'm in week 4 of training, and after talking to Brett and some other runners about it, I just kind of thought, actually, maybe not me the most sensible idea. So I settled on 1:45 as a target, and that sat much better with me. So that was the target to try and hit. So you can see on the next video if I managed to try and hit that 1:45. And then after the Great North Run, after it was finished, after I got my medal and all my freebies and stuff, I flung on my running backpack that I put in bag drop and collected, and then I ran back to Laura, who was waiting for me in the car, and then we made a speedy getaway through Sunderland and then back down the A1M and the A19, and eventually got home. The race is done and dusted now, and I've just got to run back to find Laura, who's parked a little further down the coast, and quite a nice little way that I'm running home, look, on a nice little trail on the coastal path next to the North Sea. So I've got a few K to get home. Just sorry to back to the car, so just got to shuffle back. It's cold, man. The relentless drizzle and rain and the wind has made me feel really quite cold, and there's a lot of blue-lipped people around. So yes, it was a proper northeast experience today, but that's how you want it, innit? Great North Run never fails to disappoint. So nice around here. Really, really good week of training. It was, as I said, nearly 80 kilometers, and I got home and I felt like I'd had a big week of training, to be honest, especially Sunday, the way Sunday went. I knew I needed a deload week, so that is what is coming. This week that I'm in now is a deload week, and what I'm doing by that is just reducing the volume. So that's what you can expect to look forward to next week. But there's also another reason why I'm doing a deload. Not only is it a deload week because it's marathon training, it's also a mini taper because it's my favourite race of the year coming up on Sunday the 17th, Friday. Just realised it's Friday the 13th today. Sunday the 15th is the Worcester City Runs half marathon, so my favourite race of the year, and I wanted to make sure that I'm feeling fresh for that because that is going to be a PB attempt. Am I in half marathon PB shape? We will find out, because I haven't done a hell of a lot of half marathon specific stuff. So can I dip below 1:35:45? That will be the big question for the Worcester City Runs half. But I'm looking forward to getting on with that race now, because as I said, it's my favourite one of the year. It's a local race, a lot of familiar faces. All the routes are my running routes, so I know them like the back of my hand. And I've run the race now. This will be the 5th time I've run the race. So the race that I've run the most out of all the races in the world. So that by default probably makes it my favourite. But there you go. So week 4 is done, and I'm looking forward to bringing you the Great North Run video, week 5, and then the Worcester City Runs half. So wish me luck for that. So guys, that is the end of week 4. Week 5 has been fun so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what's at the end of week 5. So excited for race day again. I think it's going to be good. I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. So wish me luck, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take it easy wherever you are in the world. I'll see you soon. Ta-da.
It's on, Andy!